Welcome to another academic English class. Today we're going to talk about technology. In fact, next week Apple is rumored, well actually Apple is going to have a keynote, and we're going to talk about what could happen. What could Apple launch next week? All this coming up in the next hour. We'll get started shortly when students arrive in the class. All right, well, no one's here yet, so let's go ahead and get started. Every year, Apple hosts a developers conference, the Worldwide Developers Conference called WWDC. As with every year, there are rumors as to what Apple is going to announce. This year is no exception. What will the updates be to? Will they be to iOS 8? How about a new version of the operating system for the Macintosh? Or how about new Macintoshes? There's also rumors of an iWatch and even an announcement of an iPhone 6, although those aren't due out till the fall usually. Every year since the 1990s, Apple has held the Worldwide Developers Conference. This is a 5-day-long event that invites developers to learn about Apple software from the experts. They used to have Macworld, and that used to be every January, but they canceled that a few years back. But the Worldwide Developers Conference is something they're continuing. This year, they're going to have a 2-hour-long keynote to kick off the event. This is where we'll likely hear all the big announcements. Raphael, Raphael, Raphael.
Hello, Simon.
How are you, buddy?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good, good. I'd like to get some feedback from you, my friend.
Thanks.
What do you think about having more academic English classes? Do you find these classes are very helpful, or do you like other classes instead?
No, I find they're helpful. They mostly to improve our vocabulary. Particularly, I have some problems with vocabulary because I don't have much patience to reading tests about in English and articles. So when you're here discussing some articles, and it's a good opportunity to learn more words, in my opinion.
Okay, good, good. Because I personally think they're very useful, but that's my view. What I tend to do to determine if a class is popular or not is how often it sells out.
It depends on the subject we're talking. Since we're talking about technology, it depends on if there are more students interested in technology or things related. It would be better for the class. But of course, probably students have different interests and careers. So something which something which would be interesting for me, maybe not be interesting for other person.
True enough.
So,
Well, thank you for that, Raphael. Hello, Ivan.
Hello, nice to see you again.
Thank you, Ivan. I was actually asking Ivan how he's doing. Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Ivan. Where are you from?
Hi, how you doing? I'm fine, thank you. I'm from Bogota, Colombia.
Bogota, Colombia. Nice hot weather you have, right?
Cold weather.
Sir, what do you mean by cold? What is cold to you?
Cold is under 20 degrees Celsius.
To me, that's not cold.
Yeah, but it's changing rapidly, you know.
Yeah.
In the morning, you get a shiny day, and when you get to the afternoon, it starts raining a lot. Yeah, that's all over the year.
Okay, good. Well, welcome, Ivan from Colombia.
Thank you.
Glad to have you here. We'll get started soon. Hyde, how are you feeling?
Pardon?
That's
No, it's
awesome.
very hot.
Yeah, it was very hot here today too. It got up to 88 degrees.
Now I'm waiting for some person who will check some smoke search system in my house.
Smoke system, that's always good to make sure it works.
Yeah, so I'm waiting for that officer.
Okay, excellent. And David, welcome back.
Hello, teacher. How are you?
I'm good. How was your weekend?
It was fine, teacher. Thank you.
Excellent. Are you ready for a class of academic English?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Excellent. And Omri, how are you, sir?
I'm fine, teacher. Thank you very much.
Did you have a good weekend?
Yes, teacher. I have a great weekend.
That's great. Excellent. Well, we're going to get started shortly. I just want to say hi to everybody. And Ali, welcome back, Ali.
Yeah, hello.
Well, Ali, we're going to get started with our lesson now. What I want everyone to do, as you can see from my screen, I am in Google Drive. Then go ahead and click on Hangout Notes, and you'll be able to follow along with the story, because I won't screen share the entire time. So, what do we do in academic English? Well, there's a couple of things we focus on. First and foremost is comprehension. Okay? This is very important. What is the story about? We spend half the class reading a story. Then we'd spend the second half talking about it. So yes, we do practice our reading skills, speaking skills. Vocabulary is also worked on in this class, and I do help you with pronunciation. However, this is not a pronunciation class. I will help you. However, if you still continue to have problems with sound, I recommend that you take my pronunciation class. Okay? So we're going to take turns reading the story. You will have to have Google Drive up and running to be able to follow along and to participate in the class. So Ali, would you like to read the first paragraph and the title, please?
Yeah, sure. WWDC 2014 Apple event iOS 8 OS X 10.10 coming, new Mac, iWatch, iPhone 6 possible.
Good.
Every year since the 1990s, Apple has held a worldwide developer conference, a 5-day-long event that invite a developer to learn about Apple software from the expert. This year is no expectation, and with a 2-hour-long keynote to set a kickoff of the event on the 2nd of June. You can expect a new software and hardware including iOS 8 and OS X 10.10, new MacBooks, and maybe even an iWatch and an iPhone 6. Read to find out the latest rumors about what Apple is planning to launch at WWDC.
All right, let me hear you say the following words. Launch.
Launch.
Excellent. This year.
This year.
This.
This year.
Perfect. Exception.
Exception.
Wonderful. All right, now this phrase, 2-hour-long keynote.
2-hour-long keynote.
Much better, excellent. Right? Learn.
What?
Learn.
Learn.
Excellent. Worldwide.
Worldwide.
Excellent. All right, now guys, something else. As students are reading, I'm going to be highlighting words that either aren't pronounced the way I would like them to be, or because I want to have a discussion about them. If there are words that you don't understand, feel free to bold them as well, okay? All right, so next. Omri, could you read the highlighted text, please?
Yes, teacher. When is WWDC 2014?
Normally we would say 2014, so when you see a year like this, it's 2014.
2014. Thank you, teacher. WWDC 2014 will run from 2nd June to 6 June at San Francisco's Mascane West venue. It will start with a keynote at LAM on 2nd June. That's fit to 3 of us in the UK, and we'll be covering the keynote live here at PC at CR. Expect to see Apple CEO Tim Cook on stage, joined by fellow Apple executives who will be unrevealing what's been going on behind the scenes at Apple.
Thank you. All right, now I do hear somebody who has a TV on in the background or radio. Please, guys, you need to be in a quiet area because it's very hard for other students to hear. Okay, so Omri, I'd like to, first of all, this is very awkward here the way it's written. I don't like that. We'll run from 2 June to 6. That's just awkward. It shouldn't be. It should be from June the 2nd to 6th. Written like this. But to have 2 June, that's just weird. I don't know why they did it that way. Okay, now this is a particular place, so I don't expect you guys to get these names right, but it's Moscone. Okay, can you say advisor, please?
Advisor.
Thank you. And unveiling.
Unveiling.
Very good. Excellent. Thank you very much. Okay. David, could you please read the highlighted text?
Sure. At this year's 5-day conference, developers from around the world will learn about the future of iOS and OS X, giving them the latest tools and technologies to continue creating the most innovative apps for the millions of iOS and Mac customers worldwide, said Apple in a press release announcing WWDC 2014.
Okay. David, now your connection is really bad. I couldn't really tell how good your pronunciation was because of the poor quality of the audio feed, but could you say the word innovative for me?
Yeah. Innovative.
Yeah, no, you know what? See if you can fiddle with your audio feed because it's very hard to hear your connection. All right, Hyde, could you read the next paragraph, please?
We look forward to sharing with the developers our latest advances in iOS and OS X so they can create the next generation of great apps. Apple's SVP of worldwide marketing, Phil Schiller, has said that means the successor to iOS 7, presumably iOS 8, and the successor to OS X 10.9, Mavericks, currently dubbed OS X 10.10, are pretty much graduated to be shown off during the keynote.
Thank you, Hyde. It's very rare that I get to correct you on pronunciation. Guaranteed.
Guaranteed, I'm sorry, graduated.
Okay. Yeah, it happens. All right. What does SVP stand for?
I don't know. Or some search engine. I don't know. Senior Vice President. Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's an abbreviation for Senior Vice President. Thank you very much, Hyde.
Thank you.
All right. Ivan, could you read the highlighted text, please?
Yes. Okay. Comprehension. Every year since.
Hold on. Where are you reading? The highlighted text, please.
Okay. Intriguingly, Samsung has announced that it's hosting a health-focused event just days before Apple's WWDC 2014 keynote on 28th May.
Keep going, please.
What to expect at WWDC 2014? Looking back at Apple's WWDC history, it's clear that we will get new software from Apple as well as hardware at this year event. Apple used WWDC 2013 to unveil OS X 10.9 Mavericks, iOS 7, a new MacBook Pro, a new Mac Pro, a new MacBook Air, iTunes Radio, and iWork for iCloud.
Thank you. Let me hear you say intriguingly.
Intriguingly.
Much better. Well done. Okay, announced.
Announced.
Perfect. Excellent. Days. Okay, now, again, this is not how we write a date. We do it this way. So I know it's a little awkward when you see it. This article has just got a strange way of writing dates.
Uh,
All right, thank you very much. Miriam, welcome to class. I see you snuck in
okay.
through the back door.
Yes, teacher. Hello. I just had a Google bug or something, so I couldn't enter on time.
That's okay. The good nice thing about being able to reserve a spot is you don't have to worry about somebody else taking it.
All right.
Okay, could you go ahead and please read the highlighted text, please?
Mm, WWDC keynote rumors OSX 10.10. As mentioned above, the next version of Mac OS X, commonly referred to as OS X 10.10, is extremely
Announce.
Sorry, go ahead, please.
is extremely likely to be previewed at WWDC 2014. Apple usually uses WWDC to show off new versions of software, which it then immediately releases as beta versions before releasing the software to the public in the following months. Rumor has it Apple design chief Johnny Ive has got his hands on OS X 10.10, so it could take some inspiration from iOS 7.
Thank you. Now, guys, I hear some of you say it's OS X 10.10, OS 10 10.10, or OS whatever 10.10. This is not what we consider a real number. Okay, because if it was, it's 10.10 is the same as saying 10.1, right?
Yep.
When it comes to computer software, what we usually have here, we've got two numbers, but the first number is what we call the version number. The second number is like a real number, it's what we call a dotted version. So it can go 10.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It can keep going up. It's not treated like a decimal or a fraction. Okay? Now, how do you say it? It really doesn't matter. 10 point, we usually say point instead of dot, but you can say 10.10, 10.10. It doesn't really matter too much. Okay, let me hear you say the word software.
Software.
Soft?
Soft.
Where?
Where.
Software.
Software.
I didn't hear the T. Software.
Software.
Yeah, don't be lazy like us North Americans. Pronounce your consonants.
Software.
Better. Beta.
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 So you're saying it as though it's an E. I want you to say it as though it's an A. Beta.
Beta.
Better. Okay. You want to say the word as though it's spelled this way. Beta.
Beta.
Perfect. Okay, following.
Following.
Okay, and the only reason I bring up this name is he's pretty popular in the world of electronics or Apple, Johnny Ive. Johnny Ive.
Johnny Ive.
Thank you. All right. Raphael, could you read the next paragraph, please? Or the next two?
According to reports from 9 to 5 Mac, Apple is planning to use its WWDC 2014 keynotes to focus on OS 10.10. Though we hardly think it will talk about it for the whole 2 hours. WWDC keynote rumors, iOS 8. That's why we think iOS 8 is going to get some decent airtime too. Apple gave iOS a huge redesign with iOS 7, so we're not expecting anything quite so drastic this year. But expect to see some tweaks and improvements that are bound to be welcome. There's talk of a new health book app. Remember he said Samsung is hosting a health-related event just days before, which could well be related to the iWatch, Apple's rumored smartwatch device. See iOS 8 rumors.
Raphael, how many times a day are you practicing your reading skills?
No, I'm also reading some things in English.
Because you are really improving dramatically.
About what? My intonation?
Just your general pronunciation. You are doing very well, sir.
Okay, thanks.
Let me hear you say, "we said."
We said.
Thank you. All right. Now the next paragraph, I'm going to have our friend from Italy speak. Jose, could you read that paragraph, please?
Hi. Okay. We are expecting at least one piece of hardware to come out of WWDC 2014, and right now it's pretty much anyone's guess. However, based on Apple's launch history and the speculation that's flying around the web, one of the most likely candidates is a Retina MacBook Air. Apple recently,
Hold on, that's it.
Apple.
No, that's good, Jose. Just the one paragraph.
Okay.
First of all, Jose, your English pronunciation is improving greatly. Well done.
Okay.
Let me just hear you say "we're."
We're.
Yeah, we're, not we are. We're.
Okay.
Now just let me hear you say WWDC.
WWDC.
Much better. However, based on.
However, based on.
Better. Based.
Based.
Perfect. Excellent. Well done.
Okay.
All right. Now we're back over to Ali. Ali, could you read the next paragraph, please?
Sure. Apple recently released an update to the MacBook Air, but that update didn't bring Retina to the lightweight notebook competitor. It's widely rumored that Apple is planning on bringing high-resolution display to the MacBook Air, so it's quite possible that Retina model is in store for us next month. See MacBook Pro versus MacBook Air comparison.
Let me hear you say Retina model.
What?
Retina model.
Retina model.
Excellent. Lightweight.
Lightweight.
Rumored.
Rumored.
Thank you very much, sir. All right, Amory, next paragraph that's highlighted. Please go ahead. Omri, I'll skip to Hyde if you don't start shortly. All right, Hyde, go ahead, please.
WWDC keynote rumors. A new Retina MacBook Pro. Apple's other MacBook lineup, the MacBook Pro range, could get an update too. Apple last launched new models in October, so it's not been too long since we got new MacBook Pros from Apple. But it's certainly possible that Apple will decide to update them with better specs next month. It could also be the last release of the Retina MacBook Pro, which is rumored to be about to get the chip from the Apple family. Chop. Chop.
Yeah, I'm a little confused there. Sorry, I muted myself because the phone's ringing and I don't want to answer it. Hopefully my wife will. Get the chop from the Apple family. So what are we talking about? Let me read it. It could also be the last we see. Okay, so what they're talking about here is it could be the last time that we see a non-Retina based MacBook Pro, because that is rumored to be cut from Apple's product family. So get the chop mean it's no longer going to be around. So there won't be a Retina, there won't be a MacBook Pro that isn't Retina based. Thank you, Hyde. All right, next. Let's see. Ivan, if you could read this paragraph, please. Oh, come on, guys. You got to read. Right, Jose, could you read the highlighted paragraph?
Hello, hello. Can
Hold
you
on.
please, which one?
Hold on. All right, sorry, Jose. We'll go back to Ivan. Ivan's back with us. Ivan, please read the highlighted paragraph.
Okay. The Mac Mini seems to have been a bit negligent over the past few years. The Mac Mini hasn't been updated since October 2012. And updated since
Perfect.
October 2012, and that's led to talk about the plan to discontinue to tiny desktop computer. Perhaps WWDC 24 will see.
All right.
2014 will see update to the Mac Mini at least, though rumors about such announcement have been scarce. WWDC cannot rumors.
Okay, so Jose, one thing I can say is you have improved dramatically since last week as well. You're taking more time with the words, with each syllable, and Jose, it's making a huge difference. Okay? And also, when you don't say a word properly, a lot of times now you're stopping, going back, and saying it. That really helps. I just have a few words I would like to hear you say.
Okay, I got you. Thank you.
Updated.
Update.
Updated.
Updated.
Talk.
Talk. Talk.
Last.
Last.
That's it, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Ivan.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Could you please read this?
Yes. WWDC keynote rumors iWatch. With the rumors of the iOS 8 Healthbook app comes speculation that Apple will show off an iWatch alongside it. We know that Apple is working on new product categories, and wearable devices seems quite likely to be the mysterious device it's talking about. But we are not certain. Apple will show it off on June.
Okay,
Okay.
repeat after me, please. But we're not certain.
But we're not certain.
Yeah, but we're not certain.
We're not certain.
Perfect. Wonderful. Quite.
Quite.
Wearable.
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 Better. Product categories.
Product categories.
Excellent. Well done. Okay. Miriam, your paragraph is ready.
Thank you.
Okay, the first season for our doubt about the iWatch is the iPhone. We think the iWatch will work closely with the iPhone 6, so Apple will probably host a separate event in September or October to unveil both of those products, though there are actually some people predicting the iPhone 6 arrival in June. More on that in a minute.
Thank you very much. Unveil.
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 Uh, I lost my words. Thank you. Well done.
Teachers, I have a doubt with this word, with pronouncing this. iPhone 6, followed by the apostrophe and S.
Okay, so iPhone 6s.
iPhone 6s.
Yeah. So let me read the sentence for you. Predicting the iPhone 6's arrival in June.
Okay, predicting the iPhone 6's arrival in June.
Good. Anytime you guys want help with words, ask me. I'll be happy to give you some extra time. All right. Raphael, sir. Earth to Raphael.
The second reason is that while we've heard so much about the iWatch, we've never actually seen any evidence that it exists. Apple may be notorious for its secrecy, but with the amount of iPhone and iPad leaks we've seen over the past few years, we think it's highly unlikely that Apple has managed to keep the iWatch completely under wraps this whole time. See iWatch rumors.
Awesome. Okay, well done, guys. So we've finished the first part of the class. Now, I just want to have a discussion based on what we read. What I want from you guys is you to be able to show me that you understood what the article is about, and we can have a discussion on that. So who would like to be the first to discuss what this news story was about? Oh dear. If you don't volunteer, I will volunteer you.
I'm not sure about that kind of technology, but maybe Apple will release the new device keynote.
Yeah, so
there are a lot of rumors among some users.
Isn't that what this news story is primarily about, is rumors about new Apple stuff? Hi?
Yeah.
Yeah. And why are there so many rumors right now? What is happening next week?
People expect the Apple, maybe they would release a new device.
Yes, but why? What is happening next week?
Next week, actually, they will announce about new device.
Well, maybe that's not quite correct. Let's go to Ali. Ali, tell me more about this news story. What is going on? What's happening next week? All right, let's go to Raphael. Raphael, what's going on next week?
Hello. Hello.
It's a conference experts in iOS and iPhones, and they show their latest releases, but it's not but it's not for the purpose of showing the. It's not official release event of the Apple in which they show their latest developments. It's only a conference with apps of experts in the technology when they can discuss and not discuss. They can see some upcoming releases of Apple, but the softwares the softwares they are developing and their new apps are only in beta versions. They are not officially launched, I think.
Okay, I think you're making up a few things, but you're also very close to the truth of what this story is about. Can anybody else help Raphael with correcting his overview of this news story? Who would like to go next, Miriam?
Hi.
Oh, Ivan. Okay, Ivan. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, as I read, it's the Apple's keynote annual show that is going on this week, and is unveiling the new products and innovation that have been keeping it secret for the next update in that terms.
Actually, very well done. So yeah, one of the things, and it's not this week, I'm looking for somebody to tell me when it is, but it's their annual keynote. So where is the keynote? But it's an annual keynote where they will unveil new products. It could be hardware, it could be software. Okay, very good. Jose, what else can you tell us about this story? Give us some more information.
Teacher, I ask you if I can skip that question because I was late into entering into this class.
Okay.
And, okay.
I can do that, but if I skip you, then you have one less opportunity to speak.
Okay.
Do you want to make? How about this? Tell us about what you think of this kind of news. Is it a waste of time, or is this something useful?
Well, I live in Brazil, and each month the people, the news tell us some new device, the softwares or new iPod or tablet or computer innovations. The factories, especially the Apple or other company like this one, is bring for us the new device. It's run at 1,000 kilometers per hour. It is so difficult to know what's the next device the factories will show for us.
Well, you know what, Jose? I think you've actually captured very well a lot of what this story is talking about. Let me take a break and go over to Ali, because I haven't heard from Ali yet,
Okay.
but very good. Thank you, sir. Ali, what else can you tell us? You've heard from Ali, Miriam, Raphael, each giving us a little piece, and Ivan, about what the story's about. What have they missed?
Yes, actually, is a Apple make a conference annually to a developer. to show the new update of software and hardware and new devices, to unveil the iWatch and iPhone 6 that possibly released on next June. And they talk about what's the benefit of a new update like a healthy apps. That's it.
Well, actually, yes, you're right. That is it. You have really summed it up very well. The only thing you missed was the name of the conference. Can anybody tell me the name of this conference?
WWDC.
WWDC 2014.
Yeah.
Ali, very good job. So here's what Ali said. Again, Apple has an annual conference. It's their WWDC, and it is for developers. That's the focus. However, a lot of people tune in just because Apple usually puts on a pretty good show. And up to recently, Apple has been a leader in releasing new technology. So if you want to know about new technologies, tuning in to their keynote is usually a good idea. Okay? But the focus is on new developers to show them new hardware and software. What sometimes happens is they talk about a new iPhone coming out in the fall, or they talk about a new product. It allows developers to look at it so that they can actually create applications or services for these new products, so that when people like us are thinking of spending our money, we actually have software to run on these devices. So, Ali, top job there. Very good recap of the news story.
Thanks.
All right. Now, guys, we've got about 13 minutes left. I want to open up the class to any questions you guys have regarding vocabulary today, pronunciation, or just questions about the subject matter. Raphael, any questions?
No, not yet.
Okay. How about you, Mariam?
Well, this text was a little tough. It has some numbers and other non-customary words to pronounce in English.
Well, let's go over some of those things. This is a technical document to some degree. So when we talk about something called iOS 8, good Lord, what the heck is that, and do we care? Well, if you have an iPad or an iPhone, you might care, okay? It's an update to the phone or the iPad. If you have a Mac and it's relatively new, then yeah, you care about this. OS X or OS 10 is the operating system for the Mac. Okay, and of course we all know what the iPhone is. 6 is just the latest version, and iWatch is a new product. But outside of that, are there any words that you would like help with, like Keynote?
I have a question about the word.
Go ahead, Hyde.
What about the decent airtime?
Decent airtime. Okay, which paragraph is that in? I want to see the context.
There's the picture, the big eye, right? Just before that.
Hold on. Well,
that's why we think iOS 8 is going to get some decent airtime.
I see it. Okay. Airtime. So we're actually talking about a presentation here, keynote presentation. Let's back up. So when we talk about a keynote presentation, it is the biggest, no, it is the most important presentation of a conference. Okay? If it's a Microsoft conference, the keynote is likely to be given by somebody who runs the company. it's a very important person giving the keynote. Okay, so if you're going to attend a conference, you generally want to attend the keynote. Now, a keynote presentation or any presentation will last, let's say, a certain duration of time, in this case, 2 hours. So if we're talking about decent airtime, that means enough time to be able to talk about it in detail.
Okay.
So, Hyde, if we have 2 hours to talk about Apple stuff and I spend a minute talking about iOS 8, that's not decent airtime. If I spend 15 or 20 minutes, that's decent airtime. Or talk time is another way of looking at it.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Jose, any questions?
No, sir. No, sir. Thank you.
What about you, Ivan? Okay, so I have a question for you guys. If they release an iPhone 6, who's going to buy me one? Anyone? Anyone?
No.
I don't.
No.
No?
No.
That's okay, I don't like phones anyhow. You guys are so quiet. I feel like you're having class just before bed or after lunch.
Teacher,
Yes.
I am so quiet because there is some noise in this room. My wife is now watching television. Imagine.
No. You're letting her.
Yeah. Yes. Here. Sorry. I have my excuses, okay?
And you know what, Jose? I understand that you can't always be in a quiet area. And when it's your turn to speak, I don't mind there being noise. It's just keep yourself mute when you're not talking. But when you're talking, that's fine.
Okay. I put you off the microphone.
All right. All right, Hyde.
Yeah.
Do you think these events really make any difference on how a company can sell their products?
I'm sorry, a small such company officer came.
All right, so everybody's having trouble today. All right, Miriam.
I think that's really about the same question to Heidi. Of course, it changes how the smartphones over the world are sold. Apple is generating lots of expectations over its customers and also over its competitors like Samsung, which is the most relevant.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Which company is more innovative, Apple or Samsung?
Which of the two?
That was my question to you.
Ah, it's kind of tough because the technical innovations go on to Samsung and the commercial and user innovations are more to Apple.
So what you're saying then is Apple is better with the user experience and Samsung is better with features.
Yes.
So which do you prefer? Do you like a better user experience or more features?
I like kind of both. Yes, I want a user-friendly smartphone and also good features on it.
Okay. What about you, Raphael?
About between these two companies, which one is the? I think Apple is it's always showing new things. I don't know. I don't know so much about Samsung. Even though I have some problems of them, but I think Apple is more innovative. I think it's more innovative than Samsung.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of Samsung products. Well, I guess I do. I have, when it comes to tablets, computers, my wife's got an iPhone, I've got iPads. We have a lot of Apple stuff. However, our TV is Samsung. Our fridge was Samsung. We don't have it anymore. And the fridge works fine. The TV works well. But when we bought a video camera, that's one thing that I noticed the difference is we bought a video camera, and the guy said, yeah, it's pretty good, and the price is really good. So I thought, what the heck, I'll buy it. But then when we went to take video, it was very poor quality. As you move the camera, the images became what we considered ghosted. They were blurry. And I took it back to the store and I said, well, this is what's happening. He says, oh, well, that's kind of normal for that phone. And I said, well, what's the purpose of selling a phone that creates a blurry image? I said, well, how much do I have to spend to get a camera that doesn't? And he said, well, about $1,200.
Which one, Samsung?
Yeah, it was like a small handheld video camera. So, you know, the store wasted time, and Samsung obviously wasted time because I tried calling for support, and I ended up returning it. And then about 7 months later, me and my wife bought what we call a DSLR. It's a digital camera by Canon. But I was able to sell my old camera, and this thing cost just a little bit more than the other camera, but the image is very, very sharp. So I've noticed that with Samsung, you don't always, depends on what product you get as to the quality. It varies across their product.
I think that because Samsung have a lot of variety of product, but actually iPhone have something like only one phone for mobile, and only one product for tab, and only one product for PC.
It's
Like
true.
it have, yeah, and Samsung have a lot of diversity of product. Because they have to attract the more customer. I think the iPhone that attract one kind of customer. That I love this, that loyal to Apple.
But last year, Samsung released a wearable computer, it's like watch, but it couldn't sell very well.
No, it got bad reviews. Yeah.
Yeah. So there are a lot of the goods returned from any countries.
See, here's something that Apple is known for. It's not the first to the market with something. The iPad, it wasn't the first tablet. Tablets had been out for well over 10 years. Apple seems to take existing products and somehow make them better for most people. Not for everybody, but for most people. Well, guys, we've come, believe it or not, we've just spent another hour. We've come to the end of another class. If you guys want to get reminders of when my next classes start, I've put a link to my teacher page at the bottom of the class notes, and you can follow me there. You can also see when my next 6 classes are, and if you go there right now, you'll see that my next classes are focused on vocabulary. So tomorrow I have a beginner class at 2 o'clock, and this is aimed for beginners. It's about weather terms. Then at 6 o'clock we're going to talk about weather vocabulary again, but at our normal intermediate advanced level. And then throughout the week we'll look at travel vocabulary and car vocabulary. These are terms you need if you take your car in for an oil change, or you want to know how to do certain things, such as change a CD, turn the wipers on, what all these things mean. Travel, booking a flight, paying for it, reserving a seat. this is what we're going to talk about and learn over the next couple of days. Guys, I appreciate you choosing me as your teacher for this hour. I really do hope to see you again tomorrow. Thanks so much for attending my classes, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Simon.
Thank you.
Teacher.
You're welcome. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.